Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're breaking down the cosmic map for this Sunday, a day where some pretty powerful energies are facing off. We're going to look at how you can navigate them to make the most of your day.
So the day ahead has this really interesting dynamic. On one hand, you've got a peaceful foundation, but on the other, there's this undercurrent of serious tension. The big question we're digging into is which energy will win out, and more importantly, how you can tip the scales in your favor.
Okay, so to understand this push and pull, let's start with the foundation, the general energy that's going to be influencing everything throughout the day. The main player setting the stage today is the moon, and it's spending the entire day in the solid sign of Taurus. This is kind of like the background music that sets the primary mood for our Sunday.
A moon in Taurus tends to shift our focus to things we can actually see and touch. We find ourselves seeking emotional security, maybe thinking more about material things like our finances and our possessions. And really, at the most basic level, we're all just looking for a little more peace and stability.
So the takeaway here is that the day's foundation has this inherently calm, grounded energy. Think of it as a desire to keep things simple, stable, and secure. This is the peaceful side of our cosmic equation. But just as we're getting settled into that comfort, things get a little more complicated in the morning hours. A challenging energy enters the picture, creating the main conflict for our day.
This challenge comes from an astrological aspect called a Moon-Pluto square. In astrology, a square is basically when two planets are at an angle that creates friction. In this case, our emotions, represented by the moon, are having a tense face-off with Pluto, which represents power, transformation, and all the stuff that's going on under the surface.
And this friction isn't just some abstract concept. It can show up in very real ways. We might find ourselves caught up in power struggles, stuck in obsessive thought loops, or feeling an overwhelming need to control situations or people. It can also be a time when emotions we've been suppressing suddenly decide to come bubbling up to the surface.
This need for control can be summed up by one very potent phrase: my way or the highway. If you catch yourself thinking or feeling this kind of rigidity, especially when it comes to money or relationships, that's a signal that this Pluto tension is active.
Now, right when it seems like things are getting intense, the universe offers a way out. There's a wonderful balancing force on the scene that provides a path to a resolution. Right as that intense Pluto energy is peaking, there's also a supportive influence at work in the background. It's like a cosmic life raft, offering us a different way to respond.
This helping hand comes from a harmonious connection between the moon and the sun, which is currently in the gentle sign of Pisces. Pisces energy is all about empathy and boundless understanding, so this aspect is like a soothing balm to counteract that morning friction.
So here's the choice laid out for us. While the Pluto square pushes us towards obsession and a need for control, the sun's harmony offers a powerful alternative: empathy and understanding. You might feel the pull of both, but it's up to you to choose which one you act on. And that right there is the key to the day. It's not about being rescued from the difficult energy, but about being given the tools to handle it. You have a real opportunity to consciously choose softness over harshness, understanding over control, and to protect your own inner peace. Okay, so we've seen the setup, the conflict, and the resolution. Now let's pull it all together into a simple, practical roadmap for your Sunday. Here is your game plan. First, lean into that foundational Taurus energy. Stay calm and grounded. Second, when you feel that tension rising, remember that gift from the sun in Pisces and actively choose empathy. And finally, be on the lookout for that my way or the highway trap. The moment you catch that feeling, make a conscious choice to pivot to flexibility.
As you go through your Sunday, with all its potential for both calm and conflict, remember that the real power lies in your awareness. Today's cosmic dance is a reminder that even when we're faced with tension, we almost always have the choice to respond with grace. What will you choose?